the bottom of it with your host, Joshua Moriarty.
Hey, hello, welcome back to the bottom of it with me, your host, Joshua Moriarty. Pleasure to have you. It's been a little while since my last episode. All this crazy COVID bizzo has been popping off, so the podcast took a bit of a hit and slowed down, kind of like everybody else and everything else. This is my first COVID episode, actually. It's going to be weird in however many years back when we look at just how many times we've said the word COVID or Corona. Oh my lord. Are people gonna want to drink more Corona eventually? Is it gonna become funny? Have they really lost millions and millions of dollars? Are you a fucking idiot if you associate the two? I don't know. Anyway, I've been keeping my social distance for the most part, but I invited my good bud Edward Quinn from Slum Sociable over to my place for episode 57 to have a chat. I figured by Australian government rules it's a one-on-one situation and it's work-related, so, you know, we're going to have a crack at it. It's okay. So thanks for being here for episode 57. So yes, today's episode is Australian producer Edward Quinn. I first met Ed about a year ago at the APRA AMCOS Song Hub songwriting workshop curated by Chris Waller, who I interviewed for episode 45, if you remember. Chris Waller from Death Cab, good producer, cool dude. Yes, myself and Ed got teamed up. Chris Waller would put all the groups together for the songwriting sessions each day, and he got myself and Ed and another fellow Melbourneian, Angeline Armstrong, together. And we had a very, very productive session. We wrote a song we were all super pumped on. And since then, the three of us have been working together a bunch and have actually formed a new project called Telenova. Now, the first single we're going to release, I think, is the first song we wrote together. That's what we've decided on at the workshop, which is pretty cool. No idea when that's going to be out at the moment with all the Rona business dominating things, but I'm sure it won't be too far away. But yeah, Ed is also one half of Melbourne act Slum Sociable alongside Miller Upchurch. Those guys have been doing their thing around Australia for quite a few years now. They released their debut self-titled record in 2017, and last year they put out their Life is Free EP. Their record got Triple J Album of the Week. Pretty exciting. Ed and I talk a little bit about that. Ed is a great producer. I really have enjoyed working with him over the last year. I like the way he approaches beats and musical ideas. It's very different to my sort of super fastidious and sometimes anal way of composing. Ed has more of a, if it feels right, it is right policy, and it keeps me from going mad and going too far down that rabbit hole. He also makes me laugh heaps, which is a massive bonus when working together with someone on a project. I think that's kind of my favorite thing about it, actually. So yeah, Ed came over last week and we had a good old chit-chat. We talked a lot about the Chili Peps. God damn, the Chili Peps pop up so much, don't they? I guess when you've been a band for that long, people have so many opinions about it. They've touched a lot of hearts. So I think we take the piss out of them, but also there's always some reverence there for the Chili Peps. We talk about live shows and what makes a gig extra special. We slag quite a few people off, actually, this episode, I think. It's kind of hard for that not to happen when you're having a relaxed chat with a good bud. A few people cop it, but, you know, it's all in the name of just having a good old lol, I promise. Or maybe it's not, actually. Fuck, I don't know. Who am I trying to kid? Anyway, it doesn't matter. All right, so enough of that. Let's get into it. Producer Edward Quinn, ladies and gentlemen, enjoy.
Yo. Yeah, and it's like do sound check, and you like just a bit of guitar, and you just play something that you've never played in your life. It's like just whack. It's like just play an E chord.
Can you just play like this bit from the start of the first song or something?
And you just like, how about something totally new,
how
atonal?
About Sultans of Swing.
That's it. Oh,
do you? What, like, where did you start with guitar? Chili Peppers? What was that?
Yeah.
Because I saw that interview with you where you said Stadium Arcadium was like, what, your favourite?
I may have edited that, I reckon. Like,
Did they?
I reckon I specifically said at the start of that interview, I dislike Stadium Arcadium. And they're like, no worries. And they edited it to make it look like I loved it. No, but I think it's probably Jack Johnson, which is,
Wow, Jack Johnson.
Yeah.
I was into that for a small period.
You're older than me, like that.
Yeah, I don't have
no
any
excuse.
I don't really. No, I'd still lived in Wellington and was living at home.
Yeah.
and I didn't move to Australia until I was 20. So I was still under the age of 20. I think that's
True,
I think that's allowed.
That is.
I think that's okay.
That is allowed. Sorry, I shouldn't.
No,
shouldn't have
that's
come
all
at you
right.
so hard.
I still have a tiny soft spot for Jack Johnson. I think
He's harmless, right?
I think that's what it is. Yeah, but then other people who are harmless fuck me off because they're too harmless.
Who are we talking?
Oh, I always pick on Rufus. But I haven't seen them in ages, and they were always really nice and that. But their music to me just like was always too harmless that it annoys me. And you're not supposed to throw anyone under the bus that's like local that you know. But I've always said on this podcast, I'm like, guys, if I meet you, it doesn't mean I don't like you or anything. We can totally be friends. It's okay. But there's lots of people that everyone doesn't like, right? But they just pretend to be nice to everyone. I'll still be nice, but I'm just saying that your music's not really for me.
Yeah, okay.
That's all it is.
I hear you. Yeah,
But they're the one that immediately springs to mind. But there was someone else I was listening to the other day. No, it was just like background music at a cafe, and I found it offensively inoffensive.
Yep. Okay.
But for some reason, he should do that because he is offensively inoffensive as well. But maybe it's because I did like it when I was younger. I don't know.
Yeah, and he's got the whole like, good. He's done it. He's done a soundtrack for Curious George, right? Like, which is a kids movie.
Yeah,
that's a box ticked.
I guess he never had dreadlocks as well, which made him less of a cunt. Whereas the rest of them.
Rufus fucking in their dreadlocks, I swear to God.
Rufus in their dreadlocks. Nah, they're fine. They got no dreadlocks.
Yeah.
I think they got more famous than Miami Horror, so I'm like,
true.
Have to bag on them a little bit.
Yeah.
Way more famous.
I'm not familiar enough with their tunes to lay it out like that, but
I'm not either, really. It's just whenever I'm like, oh, what is this? It's like that Cave quote about what is it like? It's like forever standing next to a stereo saying, "My God, what is this awful shit?" And the answer is always the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Oh yeah, true.
But the great thing about this is there'd be so many people who'd be like, "God, what is this?" And they'd be like, "It's Nick Cave."
Yeah, exactly right. Yeah,
so it works either way.
Yeah. No, I'm
So you love Stadium Arcadium, though, was the point. And Jack Johnson. John Frusciante, Jack Johnson.
I think, Jack Johnson got me into guitar. And then, it's either like learn Californication back to front of Power Tabs. Do you remember Power Tabs?
No, what one was that?
Well, it was like this technology. It was like, I guess it was like a program on the computer. And I don't know how they did it, but like they had the timing and everything of it. It was like a music tab book that played it out.
Oh.
Yeah, it was.
Someone would so it would have had to be quite official.
Yeah. It was free though.
Interesting. Who was uploading the tabs though? Because when I was younger, it was just any old clown could do it, and they were always wrong.
I guess they would get them from those like tab books that would come out.
Yeah.
You know? So like Chili Peppers had, but there's like intros to like songs from like their live shows that were tabbed out perfectly. So like someone was there doing it. Like, and I remember when a new one to get uploaded, I was like 12 or 13, and it'd just be like the best day ever. I mean, like, all day spent learning that song.
Have you ever given anything back to anyone like that? Or are you just a taker? Like, you know, when you get the torrent sites and once you've downloaded it, you're supposed to seed it back to other people. I just close it immediately.
So I was living
I'm not letting that run and waste my internet. They might catch me.
So you usually, like stop it right away. Get out of there. No seating for me, thank you. But I remember one time I was living out in North Melbourne and two of my housemates were trying to play FIFA. And I left one thing on seating for a little while. And they like came into my room, like pretty much kicked the door down. And they're like, "You can't be doing that if we're trying to play FIFA, dude." And I was like, "I've limited the amount that anyone can seat up, you know," and that's really funny. But giving back like that,
nah.
not to people I don't know. on on the internet.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah, nah. Like I'd never post in a forum or anything like that. Like here are my experiences of it with. I don't know.
Nah, you've never made a help video for anyone. I wonder who they are sometimes. I think a lot. It started off as people who were maybe actually being nice, but then now they're about getting followers for their page, aren't they? So they're not just giving to you to be good people. They're in it for something as well.
Interesting angle.
Maybe.
Yeah, I'd probably agree.
Not all the time.
Certainly not in the days before social media. Like if you upload Californication intro to Power Tabs, like you're completely anonymous there.
Yeah, that's so kind.
Yeah. I think if I was able to... No, I'd never do it. I'd never do that. Never waste my time doing that. Which sounds bad. But.
I reckon somewhere deep on the internet there's a tab that I wrote out for a She Had song from when I was about 14 years old.
Oh.
Yeah, it's wrong because I can see it in my brain. Oh, that's actually... I remember years later going, nah, they actually tuned down a tone. It's not in drop D. It's in standard like shapes, but...
So you were the guy.
Yeah, so I mucked someone up.
Yeah.
But I think when you're a kid, you probably wanted to play it in drop D because it was easier and it sounded more simple in your brain. And
yep.
It doesn't need to be perfect.
Nah, certainly not. I'd agree with that. But then again, I had a weird quest for perfection for tabs. When I was every note had to, when I was playing.
So you could play the shit out of Scar Tissue, including all those silly solos at the end.
Yeah. I mean, I used to be able to, that would be my thing. You know,
right.
Like before I got into I don't know, writing music for myself or producing or whatever, it would be all right, Mum, sit the fuck down and listen to this. Sure, that's great. That slide from 8 to 9 up there. That was incorrect.
So you can play Road Trippin'?
Yeah.
Oh, big time. You kidding me?
Yeah. That was a great one to learn, wasn't it?
He was just deep into... Yeah, he was in a place, John Frusciante, during that record.
Yeah.
With those 10 chords and everything.
Yeah.
It's such a sound.
Yeah.
And those stupid guitar solos that they're so dumb. But somehow, I don't know. They're really unique.
Yeah.
But the way you'd see him play them live, super serious. And he's just playing this one note over and over.
And that was his thing.
That was his thing. But
Yeah.
it wasn't 10 years before when he was doing Blood Sugar Sex Magic because he was...
Yeah, going pretty hard out.
Yeah, he was hard out. And then he just came back super ex-junkie, totally in another place, single note solo. It was weird. It
was weird, yeah. I wonder if that album, because kind of like with you and Jack Johnson, if Californication or is it Scar Tissue, the one after that?
By the Way is the next record, yeah.
If that came out now.
Well, just listen to one of their new records. It sounds exactly the same, dude. It came out now the other day. Didn't they just put one out? What's the difference? Isn't John Frusciante back on the guitar?
Yeah.
It's coming out now. There's a new one just around the corner.
Yeah, true. I don't know. It's hard to not look at your old influences like that and just shit all over them because my music taste is developed and that record hasn't changed because it was released back then but I don't know. I still got a soft spot for it.
Yeah, fair enough. Oh, I'd get with the Chili Peppers. I think a lot of people do.
Yeah,
definitely. Tony Kiedis and the Boys.
Alternate name. Tony Kiedis and the Boys.
Yeah, that was like Danny Carey and the Tools when we saw them the other night. Oh, that's actually what it is. There's these three other blokes, these fucking Tools, and then there's Danny Carey right at the front and center,
hammering on, pulling off.
What's going on at Grants? How much music you getting done?
A little bit. I've tried to do some kind of remote sessions, which I don't know. I've just got a lot of kind of beats that I've sent out to people, and they kind of sing on them and send them back to me, and then we we talk about it. It's weird though. Like I haven't got anything set up to be like, let's work on this part of this part. Like it's kind of like I just have to bounce something out and send it back to them, and then they work on it for a little while. So I don't know, weird times. Like I really miss kind of like just
Deep
being
COVID.
Yeah, miss like just learning a lot of kind of like another artist that you're working with and just being in a room and just stealing all their tricks.
Yeah.
Like that's all it is.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hate sending things over the internet, as I've been saying with you and Ange. I cannot be bothered. I think it was when I first started getting into Ableton or whatever, maybe 10 years ago.
Yeah.
And you would collaborate with people in different parts of the world, and it was kind of exciting or interesting or fun or new. It was a new concept then.
Yeah.
So there was something cool about it. But then as the years have gone by, just how quickly you can get it done with other people there.
Yep.
Than sitting by yourself in a room. Oh, it drives me mental.
Yeah. Yeah, it hasn't been. I think this week especially, I've just kind of hit a wall and I've been like, fuck. I've been listening to that drum loop for like probably a day and a half. I don't know if it sucks. I don't know if that's just scar tissue.
Maybe it needs some more 10 chords on the top of it.
Yeah.
Well, when do you transition from playing guitar to computer guy then?
Probably when I was like 22 or 23, I think.
So not too long ago. What are you, 28 now?
Yeah, 28, yeah. So I think it all came from like just wanting to have more control over the sound, I suppose. Like, because I was in a band and there were 4 of us in it and we'd rehearse and then go to a producer and then he'd do, his thing on it or she would and it'd kind of come back.
There wasn't a she would, was there? No, just be honest.
They. And
I've never worked with a female studio engineer, I don't think. Definitely live mixing, there's been a few over the years, but never have I had one in a studio environment.
Nah.
I'm sure it will be changing now. But
yeah. This was like 10 years ago as well.
Yeah,
so,
that's definitely
no.
absolutely not.
But it would come back and it'd be like, it's like, it's professionally done. It sounds really slick, but I don't know, it wasn't kind of what I wanted it to sound like. So then just
what places were you going to? Who was finding the connect on the studio? Was it just someone down the road?
It was, it was down at, maybe it was, did Jack the Bear have studios or something like that? Did he have a studio?
He's always just been a mastering guy, as far as I'm aware, in the last 10 years. Like maybe before that he did, but I don't think so.
Yeah, I can't remember. It was a professional studio. We did. Remember the Jam Tin in Cheltenham?
No.
Sorry,
the Jam Tin.
Jam Tin in Cheltenham. Please don't use that as an edit for this. Jam Tin in Cheltenham. But like, just you get like the standard studio engineer who knows what they like, and like they've got guitar tones. And like, I didn't know like what the fuck.
What
I was
CDs
doing.
did he have on the wall?
Oh, Tool.
Clearly,
absolutely Tool.
Definitely.
Maybe Moby.
Maybe some Moby.
Yeah, maybe.
Deftones.
Yep. Garbage. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Stuff like that. So
Foo Fighters.
Oh yeah.
Big Fooey's fan.
Yeah. And some dark shit, probably. Like Opeth?
Oh, okay.
Yeah? Is that dark?
The real shit.
Yeah.
The real shit.
Yeah.
I don't know, Opeth. What is it? It's kind of like...
I couldn't tell you one song. I just name dropped them.
That's not real dark shit. No,
okay.
I don't think so.
Is it like Norwegian black metal?
That's the real dark shit. Yeah. Opeth is kind of... Oh, look, I don't know. I remember hearing them. I remember thinking they were a bit more theatrical and a bit more... Felt a bit cornier.
Yeah.
But anyway, keep going.
But yeah, so just not getting the results that you wanted, I suppose. And so just got a version of Ableton and made something that was like... not recorded well at all, but kind of closer to the sound. Like everything was kind of distorting and
Clipping the lemon.
yeah, clearing. Not much has changed, but I got closer to what I wanted to sound like on the computer than I did going into a professional studio.
Yeah.
So then I guess that's how a lot of people start, and then.
But who taught you Ableton? You just bought it. How did you know to get it?
I think because I went to RMIT and there was
And you were studying music there?
I was doing the music industry course there.
What does that mean?
Well, yeah, like that's kind of like there's I don't know what it has now. Maybe it
So
has
you
three
went
streams.
straight after high school. You had enrolled in the music industry.
I had a year out.
Oof, bet that was. Look out!
That's a whole nother podcast.
Oh
entirely.
yeah, I know. Okay, that's when you're in South America.
When you talk about cunts with dreadlocks, you can't go fast. No, I just had a year out. Just kind of like I was working at a call center, and
I love the idea of the year out. I mean, I never went to university anyway. I
Yeah.
just got straight out of school, started smoking more weed, playing way more guitar.
Yeah.
And having band practice 3 or 4 times a week, and it was sick.
Yeah.
Like, golden period.
yeah, that's probably what
Because you've been in the system for so long that I didn't want to just keep
yeah.
being in the system.
But I tried to get into the VCA for like
Oh, this is because you're an idiot. Sorry.
yeah. Tried to
Not
get
by
into,
choice.
tried to get in and they were like, I mean, rightly so. Like you probably, those dreadlocks are too long.
Not long enough.
No, yeah,
The VCA is deep, like nerdy jazz. You kind of got to be pretty already in like super skilled and really into kind of jazz, really, isn't it? Yeah.
yeah. So they were like,
Yeah, because I think I might have applied for the. I feel like I may have applied for the university in Wellington for jazz as well.
yep,
Maybe, I can't remember, but I was not good enough either. I
Yeah.
was not like deep into that enough to have qualified, I don't think.
yeah. So
Yeah.
I had like a
Too
good-
much for Shantae, not enough.
Wow.
John
Yeah,
McLaughlin, maybe.
it still bugs me to this day because I
That
think,
they didn't let you in?
Yeah, because like I mean, at the time I was like,
Like, admittedly, I did play Scar Tissue at the entry as the song that I sent them for my entrance.
that was my walk-in song. So you walk into the audition to a song, Scar Tissue.
Well, like the wrestling.
Yeah, exactly right. Yeah, with some crowd noise in the background as well. But I think
What's the application process?
I couldn't tell you, but I'd studied like the whole year in year 12, I suppose, with that exam or audition process in mind. So
With a guitar teacher?
yeah, so I had a really cool guitar teacher at my school that was like tapped into that whole scene, I suppose.
Yeah.
But yeah, so didn't get in, devastating, and took a year out, and then got into reassessed a few things and went to RMIT. But like, I look back on it, and yeah, there's a lot of like miss, I suppose,
Right.
at the uni for sure. Like, I guess you're like 19, you don't really know what you want to do. So you think that a course will steer in the right direction. And all you really learn is that you got to kind of like do everything yourself, or you got to have enough.
That's what the RMIT music industry
Yeah.
course taught you.
Yeah.
What are the classes that you do? So there would have been engineering and stuff like that, though, right? So you would have started to learn how
but
to.
there was some business stuff, and there was some like music management stuff, and you're like 20 or 21, and you're like, I don't know. A lot of it felt like it didn't apply, but some stuff was really good, like learning how to use Ableton and stuff like that.
Yeah, to me that feels like probably the most important thing as an artist or a musician is to at least learn how to get your sketches of musical ideas down in a way that are close to how you want them to sound.
Yeah.
More than anything, more than the like, how to email a booking agent or whatever. Like, if you can't do that, you're a fucking idiot, aren't you? Hey,
Yeah,
man,
the product's got to be good, before you can, like,
yeah.
Yeah.
Sending an email is one thing.
I know.
Someone can send an email for you, although someone can produce your music for you too.
That's
But
harder.
that's harder to do to
Yeah.
get them, because also they put way more of themselves into it. whereas the person sending the email is just sending an email. They probably are better at it than you.
But yeah, there is a certain finesse to the perfect email. Like I've never had that skill, but I've seen some people, and you know when you see a perfectly worded email, and you're like, whew.
I was listening to this guy, the Adam Buxton podcast, the other day. He's very funny, and he was just talking about how all the emails have changed. And they were like, "Hi, hope you are well in these strange and dark times." But you know, blah, blah.
Unprecedented times.
But could you still please resend me that invoice because I have lost it?
Yeah, that's good.
It's the same shit.
Yeah,
Hope you and your family are safe.
Yeah, stay safe.
Stay safe.
It's like, I've always wondered about the stay safe. Is it like you're accusing them of perhaps not staying safe and that can somehow affect you? Or like, I hope you and your family are keeping well and staying safe?
It's just empty fucking words, isn't it, really?
Yeah.
Just like, send me the invoice. Stay safe.
Almost threatening now at the end of that. Almost like, I hope you stay safe, you know?
How safe are you staying, Ed?
Mentally? Because things are taking a turn. No, I think, do I have to answer that?
Don't have to do anything.
You're right. No, I'm staying pretty, as in like obeying guidelines.
Yeah, well, because isn't it so you're allowed to be one-on-one if it's work-related. Isn't that what we're doing right now? Because you're saying people might tell us off that we're hanging out here together right now doing this. But this is work.
Yeah.
And there's only two of us. Essential service.
Yeah.
I haven't done a podcast for ages because I've been adhering to the guidelines.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So I'm your big comeback boy.
Yep.
Watch the...
Following up
hello.
Jake Webb from, was it Bethel Ethel?
Yeah, by the way, management wanted to talk about me reposting it. And they said it can't happen. So yeah, we'll talk about that after. That's cool. But yeah, I guess I've been staying pretty safe.
What do you think?
About it all?
Yeah. Do you believe it? Believe it when you catch it.
Ed Quinn, COVID denier, goes on anti-vax rant.
Fuck, they're getting this now. They're all coming out of the woodwork, all the anti-vaxxers and...
Yeah, did I say that Djokovic was an anti-vax?
Who's he?
He's the
tennis player. Right. Maybe. There's heaps of them.
Mm.
The do not consent Facebook post or whatever. Deep.
Yeah, deep.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. It's just so... I'm speechless.
Fuck 5G, yeah. He hates it. It's going to make you sterile, dog.
Yeah.
Wait, no. That's just one of the many things that's going to have made you sterile.
I've got no retort because it's so damn true. But staying safe, I guess. I suppose. Just it's tough. Like, do you get lost with like, I guess what day it is? I suppose.
Yeah, completely. I think it's already like that being a work at home musician a little bit.
Stay at home dad.
Yeah. Looking after my music babies.
Yeah.
But it's getting. Yeah, I've got no idea.
Yeah.
And let's not forget there was Easter last week, so that would throw you 2 public holidays either side. So that made it tricky.
That was last week.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
How long has this been going on for? A month already? Just starting to get into it. I
had conjunctivitis the week before lockdown. So I was already in lockdown a week beforehand. Not that needs to be on the podcast at all, really.
Ladies and gentlemen, Edward Quinn had conjunctivitis a week before lockdown.
Very contagious. Told not to see anyone, so I didn't.
And gave it to your girlfriend, though. You pig. She was not happy about that.
No.
Add it to the list. I've got my thing out here. Now, what have I got written down here? Yeah, John Frusciante Stadium, Arcadium. That was one of the notes. Hot chops, yeah. Switching to Ableton. I want to keep talking about that. Yeah.
Yep.
So you switched to Ableton.
Yep.
You've done learning how to do that a little bit at university.
Yeah.
I guess that's the program that the people of your age bracket.
Yeah.
Yeah, that and Logic, eh?
Yeah.
Because all those old studio dogs are all on Pro Tools,
Yeah,
which just
totally.
seems like an absolute waste of time.
Yeah, I don't know.
I love that they're really good at it. And
Yeah.
I'm so happy that you can pay them
Yeah,
to
it's-
go there to get them to do it. But
Yeah.
it's not user-friendly for what we do,
Yeah.
making average music that you need to...
Yeah. They can be compress the shit out of. Yeah. Compress and impress. Yeah. So I guess just kept on with Ableton, and I did a little bit of Logic, but then just Ableton was there. I feel like they're pretty similar. Like I always use the arrangement view in Ableton, like never fucking around with the little boxes
The
and
clip
stuff.
thing.
Yeah.
I hate that one as well. I don't even know how it works.
Interactive techno stuff. No.
Yeah, it irritates me when I see it.
Yeah.
Definitely. I guess it's for loops and different bits.
Yeah.
I always just assume it's for people who don't really know how to do it properly yet, and so they just drag things in and click the button. They've got like sample packs of things.
Yeah, that's probably it actually. 'Cause
Nah,
I did used to do it at the start.
There'll be some really amazing producer people who are doing it, but
Yeah.
I imagine that's sort of an entry level thing. But I shouldn't pick on entry level people because people have to begin to learn something
Yeah.
at some point, don't they?
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure I'm entry level.
I think
in a lot of aspects of Ableton, like you think you figure out the one thing that you're good at and you just hammer that home. Like I'm not good at learning new things. I don't think within Ableton. Like sometimes I got to kind of like stop and be like, all right, like dig into a tutorial for like half a day. And
Do you still go onto the tutorials?
for some stuff, I think, yeah, but it's more mixing. It's more
Okay.
mixing, not like how to use Ableton. I
So
suppose.
where do you see yourself going then with kind of your music trajectory or whatever? Is it more into that realm, or do you want to be in the most famous band in the world? Are you going
Nah.
to be John Frusciante,
I think
Whip the Kiwi out, Jack Johnson, surf more?
Nah, I think I've found something I like doing in producing and writing for other people, I suppose. Like kind of like how Slum Sociable works, but with I guess a different vocalist or vocalists or players, whatever. But also writing a lot of the music as well.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's a lot of fun. That's kind of where I want to go for a little while and release some music like that, and yeah. And,
But would
and
you
collaborate?
Would you do, if that doesn't sort of pan out or work how you would want it to, will you keep, no matter what, you'll keep being a producer, musician, you think? Or is there like a timeline for you where you would stop? You know, you have that musical obsession where you want to keep going.
Yeah, I think I do. I don't really have.
What's your backup plan?
Yeah, I don't really have one, which is pretty funny. I've never really been engaged with anything else like music, I suppose, and I've always had a lot of support from like family members, which I feel like is pretty important. Like
Yeah, I'm the same.
yeah, like it always kind of let me be the degenerate of the family, you know.
But I think I imagine definitely wouldn't always be the case at all. But I know for my situation, the reasons why I've had support from family is because of my obsession and my diligence and the fact that I'm like 100% into it and was from basically the first moment I started playing guitar.
Yep.
So when you're like, this is what I'm going to be, this is what I'm going to do, then they're going to support that. If it was like, oh yeah, I'm sort of doing this and you're just fucking around,
Yeah.
then I guess you wouldn't. Yeah, if I was a parent, then I would support someone who was driven in that way as well.
That's a good point. Yeah, I was definitely driven like
If
that.
you're sitting your mum down and playing her road tripping,
That's exactly it. Yeah, she's the big kind of the big support, I suppose. And like and Gran as well. And yeah, the whole family, brother, sister, dad. But yeah, that's
you missed anyone off?
I know.
Fuck yeah.
I was just thinking.
Granny's speech practice. Didn't say your girlfriend.
Shout out to Moriarty as well.
Shout out to Moriarty.
Yeah.
I've got the other ones written down here. So Chops.
Yeah.
These are all Ed's mates, ladies and gentlemen. I've been collecting his mates' names over the last year. We've got Chops, Fish, Big Dirty, Mole Rat, Scrambles, Hazy, Snake, Teabag, and Snips.
There's so many that have been left off the list. I was able to listen to it.
That's funny because the guy that I know, Cuddles, he was the one who's like, oh yeah, one of my mates knows the guys from Slum Sociable. I'm like, oh, it all makes total sense now. That the one guy that I know who's got one of those names knows all.
Cuddles. Cuddles is a great name. I assume he's like ferocious and like you don't fuck with Cuddles, or?
Oh, he's a big guy, yeah. But his name's Mark McCudden. So McCudden became Cuddles.
Okay.
He's big, but he is cuddly.
Yeah. Okay.
I can't even remember how I ended up getting onto that.
He just wanted to bring that up. And
I just had him written down there.
It's a strong list of people.
It is, yeah. I mean, some of you, I've got your nicknames, but I'll save that for the intro to the podcast. So when is there a point when you would feel you've completed your musical mission though? Like how many more records you need to do? Will you do it forever?
I think not. Yeah, hopefully do it forever. I don't really I think about what I thought my music career would be when I was like 21 and how incorrect that has been, like 7 years later. So I kind of feel like even having like a guideline of what I'd like to release or like what, how many records I'd like to be a part of by a certain time. Like I know it's good to have goals, but I know it might be a little bit foolish for me to even like think along those lines. Like things can kind of come out of nowhere as well. I've found out like.
Yeah, well that's what happened with Telenova.
Yeah.
For us, for sure. When I met you and Ange, it was just, I wasn't planning on that becoming something at all. And now it's taking more and more shape. It's like, oh, this actually might be one of the things that's like...
Yeah, exactly right.
Will be a sort of good spot on your career of something that you actually really did prop play.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I agree. That's this time a year ago, I wouldn't have thought that would be part of my musical journey, I suppose. And now it's a huge part of it. And things are really taking shape behind the scenes.
Oh, mate, big time. We're just the blokes in the background.
Yeah, exactly right.
Stay out of the way.
Yeah.
Don't want to see them. No. Not in the photo.
No. Andrew's the star.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that was sort of something I wanted. Yeah. I mean, I was watching your video for Castle. Is it Castle or Castles?
Yep, Castle. Yep.
Castle, yeah. And you're just the sort of the Gallagher, the Noel Gallagher, if you will, sitting in the chair, looking stoic and staunch.
Even then...
Harper... AKA Miller.
Yeah, he takes center stage. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think...
Well, because even the other day when you came over and we were sort of supposed to be working on lyrics for that song that you've been singing, I was like, do you want to sing? Has that ever been like being the front person, not...
No, I kind of... I mean, I've tried it, I suppose, in a few circumstances, and I'm not that comfortable with being front and center, performer. Like I don't get off performing in front of people if that, as bad as that may sound. Like I'd much rather like the kicks come from like being in the studio and coming up with something cool and facilitating an artist or something like that. I think that's where the main kicks come from.
So even playing live in general doesn't, because you have said that before that you don't really care.
I like it. I do like it. I think...
Is it more being on tour that you enjoy? Road dogging? Bags, bottles and bars?
I think that maybe the last tour was a little bit... The last Slum tour was a little bit spicy in some, but I don't know. I really in Slum Sociable, like I really enjoy performing because like Miller is such a like born out and out performer.
Yeah, he's good.
You know, like he
Plays the shit out of that tambourine.
Yeah, he does.
I've never seen someone with such gusto.
Yeah.
And fervor on the tambo.
And the bruising on his legs after every show, it's real shit. But I do like playing in Slum Sociable a lot because like, the other musos in that band are like really solid, you know, like and really know what they're doing, and like I kind of find myself just like watching Miller perform, I guess, you know, a lot of the time, which is it's fun to be up there and yeah, so I do like that, but there is also the element of I'd much rather be in a studio.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, so I guess like if you can balance it out, you know, like although I haven't really had the itch to go on tour. But I guess I haven't really had the itch to do much with COVID going on.
Yeah.
Because you can't.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess...
I mean, you love it on lead
Yeah, I
bass.
love playing live.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love playing live music. And so it's not really about performance necessarily, although I do really enjoy that as well. Like I like Miami Horror when I get to be the guy at the front doing all that singing and carrying on.
Yeah.
But yeah, even just to stand in the background and play the lead... Stand in the background
play
and play the lead bass. You filthy dog.
Oh, has his own podcast just to say that one sentence.
No, I love it.
Yeah.
I really enjoy it. So it's not so much about touring that I really... It's just the opportunity to get to play lots of gigs.
Yeah.
And I think I do love the magic of people being in a room together and you're creating an atmosphere and an energy every night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I have that. I think maybe I lost it a little bit somewhere along the way and just kind of focused on producing, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, the couple of shows that we did for Telenova were a lot of fun, like, because I guess I have to learn new parts and...
Well, if you're gonna do it, you've got to really find the thing about it that you can start to get better at or excel at or enjoy. It's like, make sure your pedal board is super... A chance to have a dig at him? That pedal board is disgusting. But that's because you hadn't been paying attention for a while. It felt like it's just like, pull it out the back of the van. It was hideous.
No comment.
But if you're on tour like a lot, you go, okay, cool. I'll take this time to get good at guitar again or something, or like find something or I'll start singing more backing vocals. So you start to get your voice better as a back, like you use it as an opportunity. I talked to Chris Taylor from Grizzly Bear. He's always like, I loved going back on tour because he would get fit and healthy on the road, be drinking more smoothies, like his voice would get tight again. His bass chops would get good. He loved it. He gets to play his saxophone and just like excel and get better as a musician every time. You've sort of got to, because I think a lot of the time as well, you can just have the backing track playing.
Yep.
Yeah, and not actually have to do much. So you just end up becoming slightly apathetic and don't use it as an opportunity to get better.
Yeah, for sure.
You got to find something to invigorate you about it, I think, is important.
Yeah, that rings true, I think. And so you're telling me Chris goes on tour to get healthy? What is this? What is this phenomenon?
He's a good boy. He's not a naughty.
He's not a pig.
Nah, he's not a pig.
Yeah.
He's had it. Nah, I think even if he's like had pig moments, he would never have even turned into a pig. Like even if he's fucking grabbed the bag, he still wouldn't have been like, let me tell you about me in a hideous way.
Yeah.
He still would have been lovable. It's just, he doesn't have that beast inside him.
Yeah, okay.
But I remember we were talking about you saying, you guys had Slum Sociable Album of the Week, Triple J, and it was like something that you'd always wanted growing up. And then after that, you're like, oh, we're done now. I've reached my career milestone. Now I can retire.
It was, I don't know. I think there's a lot going on with Slum that makes it difficult to get super hyped about. I think,
sure.
Without going into it too heavily. But like when we got that was like, Yeah,
that's a real milestone.
Yeah, it was like I remember thinking like so much hard work, so many like people have worked hard for that to happen, and then it was like, all right, what do we like more so than like like a Grammy or something like that, because I grew up with feature albums, and like
totally,
and like getting into artists through their feature album through Triple J, and then we got one. It was just like, this is the like.
So you really felt the high of that and enjoyed that for that.
I loved
you were
it.
Like,
that week was just unbelievable.
Yeah, because there's so many people who would go, and we got that, and I felt nothing. I was even more, English accent. I was even more depressed. It was rubbish. What is fame anyway? It's bollocks, innit? KLF, burn the $1 million. You know?
Yeah.
Or that angry guy from Portishead that you're talking about.
Yeah.
All of them. They're a bunch of cunts. I love them. They're all so awesome. But they're...
God, they're mopey. Nah, that's just a little jokey.
Yeah, but so you enjoyed that.
Yeah, loved it. Yeah, and I think like a lot of things came into like, I think because we weren't going to put the record out, and then we had to push back the release, and then it all kind of came together at the end, and it was like this huge moment. Record label was really supportive of everything that was going on, I suppose, and very sympathetic to certain shit that was going on. So it was like, it was awesome. It felt really cool. But yeah, I don't know if I guess I've just gone, then that part of my musical journey, I guess, is completed. And then it's like, so now I'd probably get that. I don't know what I'd get that type of high from, but I guess I've come close with making music with others, I suppose. That's kind of moved to be my thing at the moment, if that makes sense.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
What about making music that's just good enough for the boys in Queensland? What about that idea?
Wait, who are the boys in Queensland?
We were working on something, and I was like getting super anal about the thing, and you're like, but Josh, you got to ask yourself the question, like, do the boys in Queensland really care?
Yeah, okay. I like that. That's great. So, yeah, do the boys in Queensland really give a fuck? I think maybe I was just cranky because your attention to detail is pretty like hard to work with. I think with it. No, no.
Yeah, you wouldn't be wrong.
Like not. No. I think there's an element of maybe over. You don't do it. I don't think but you can. What I've learned with working with other artists and stuff is like, just if something's good, let's not doubt it. Let's like move on and
sure.
I don't know if the boys in Queensland is like measuring stick, but like if there's like an energy there, a vibe, then just let loose. But then again, like none of my ideas that I've thought have fallen into that category have ever been released. So.
No, I understand the idea. I definitely agree. I'm trying to get less. I'm letting more go as the years go by. Yeah. But I think part of that letting go is also now having the ability to work with better producers and mixers and artists and things. So I used to have to work harder because it wasn't good enough. Yep. Now letting those things go, it's actually, you're not letting a huge thing go. It's actually totally fine. Yeah. As is. And maybe you might not even be able to make it better anyway, and it just doesn't even matter. Just trust, like, I had a mix come back for a new single that I'm working on, and I was like, I want those vocals in this stereo image, a little pan, like up a little bit in volume and pan a little wider. And it's like, this guy who's mixed it mixes heaps of shit. Yep. He's really good. Okay, just trust him. Yep. And because the change and mix difference that I wanted to do, probably it wasn't going to make it necessarily better or anything anyway. Yep. And I just thought, I don't want to send another email. I don't want to piss him off about it. And probably in however many months' time, I won't even notice. And it's fine. Yeah, stay safe. Yeah, it was just to like actually just leave it. The guys in Queensland aren't going to like the song anyway. Yeah. This one's not for them. The boys in Queensland aren't fuck. But it's some things you do just gotta let it go. Yeah, it's a fine line, isn't it?
Like,
Yeah, you learn it more and more as you go. I
Yeah.
think where the line is for you.
yeah, I think for me, like when I was younger, I had this idea of everything and how it would be released and how it would be perceived by others. And I don't know, after a show, like no one's ever come up to me and been like, man, that diminished seventh, bro, that diminished seventh you just chucked in there before the bridge.
Do you know what? Like, one of the few times that has ever happened to me was Chris Taylor when I was playing bass one time at a Christmas benefit thing, and he's like, I think you hit that diminished.
Is that serious?
Yeah,
Oh.
he was so chuffed on. He's
Okay.
like, you put the on the note on the bass. He's like, oh damn.
Oh, okay, maybe I haven't. Well, then that's when.
And
you
that
use
was
it.
like, Chris, respect. I'll take
Yeah.
that from you. Thank
Yeah.
you very much.
Oh man, any compliment from that guy would be, huge.
But no, I know what you mean.
Yeah, so I don't know. That in turn has maybe aided me in kind of letting more stuff go. Like what people take out of a certain song, is kind of personal to them once you release it. I feel like I can't really facilitate how they engage with a piece of music. Like once it's out
No,
there,
of
it's out
course. But I guess then you're talking about a live thing and how you give it to them live. Yeah.
there. Yeah.
What are the most exciting live shows that you've seen? What's your favorite? A couple of your favorites.
Probably, does that translate well? I can see it. Yeah, it doesn't like that. Probably, Default Radiohead in 2012, I think.
Yeah, I was at that.
Yeah.
I reckon. Rod Laver?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like, I don't know, I feel like they could have played anything and I would have just been so hyped, like the favorite
See,
band.
the diminished chord they put in was exceptional though, wasn't it?
It was, yeah.
And the fact that all five of them, there's not really any playback. They're all contributing to make that incredible thing that becomes Radiohead when all five of those guys are pressing the right buttons at the right time. For me, live music, that's such a huge part of it, is all of the humans having no playback and everyone having to work hard. Like you see Queens of the Stone Age.
Yeah, okay.
It's so powerful because they're all giving it their all. And then I see a lot of people who these days are kind of lazy and it's just a lot of playback, not really doing much, and you don't feel much from the performance. It's like the boys from Queensland are happy because they're fine. They're like, oh, it was sick.
Yeah.
But if they saw Queens of the Stone Age or something, they'd be like, oh, that's like sick. There's another level where that's what the great bands that have become great live bands have done, is everyone else is just getting by and being totally good.
Yeah.
And like acceptable. And then there's the greats who like blow you away. Like if you see the Hives or something, you're like, oh, that's how you be a front man.
Queens of the Stone Age would be on the list for sure when I saw them at Splendor a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
Like they tore my face off.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
It's a difference between
Yeah.
yeah,
Hit and play.
and I think that's what I always like love and want to strive for, is that you make people feel that extra thing from a live performance.
Yeah. Maybe it's this is not a dig, but maybe as you get older, I suppose, like I don't know. Not that I've ever been, like maybe growing up, like 16, 17, 18, like my best memories of like live music, like it was like a party. So I don't know where I'm going with this.
It's all right. Take your time.
What am I trying to say here? Queens of the Stone Age fucking rule.
Yeah, we know that.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I know what you mean. I think you do all have to be in the same mindset to try and create that moment on stage, and you all need to kind of be of the one mindset, I suppose. So I'd love to get there.
Yeah, it makes a new magic, I think.
Yeah.
There's something extra special when all of the people are all doing that to create it, because it didn't exist without them all pressing the buttons at the same time.
Yep.
But if you just put the playback on and then a few people are miming over the top, it just doesn't quite give you it can't quite give you the juice.
But how many people at the show are...
Fuck the people at the show, Ed. That's my point. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's where me and you and the boys in Queensland thing, because I'm like, I want to give it's not fuck the people at the show. I want to give them even more. I don't want to give them just acceptable. I want them to walk away going, fuck.
Yeah.
More so than just like, cool.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, because I've done so much touring and seen so many bands, and I'm just underwhelmed most of the time now. So when I see people who really the exceptional ones, I'm like, why not strive for that? I don't ever want to be striving for just good enough. That's all.
Yep. And that's where we differ. More than happy at mediocre. No, I understand what you're saying. I do understand what you're saying. I think if I kind of got into a situation where, everyone was, I don't know though. It's tough, I guess, with different genres of music and budget as well.
Absolutely,
you know?
That is the hardest thing right now. Is the budget. Everyone kind of has to start off at the moment, because we're all making electronic music. You sort of have to start off with some playback, and a lot of shit in the backing track, because there's just no other way to do it. You can't afford it.
Nah,
no matter how hard everyone's working.
Yeah, maybe it'll. Yeah, a bit like Queens of the Stone Age. I guess
there's heaps of them now.
Yeah,
6 of them live, I think.
Yeah. I mean, their budget would be pretty.
Yeah,
nice.
Their budget's big now.
Yeah, they've earned it. I suppose.
The 90s was so different as well. There was different energy, different budgets that they all... Yeah, I mean, you're talking about Radiohead and Queens of the Stone Age. They're both 90s bands.
Yeah.
Who recently has kind of done it with a small amount of members in their band.
And like no playback at all.
Everyone's got playback a little bit now, don't they?
I was thinking about a band that I saw that I was like, no. Oh wait, they don't exist. That band doesn't exist today. Yeah.
What song do you never need to hear ever again?
Why didn't I come prepared? We can edit out the umming and the ahhing, right?
No, that's part of the mate.
Okay.
That's what people sign into podcasts for. They're
That's
there
true.
for the umming and the ahhing.
That's true.
Or who's the worst band?
I've got thoughts. What did I hear the other day? Oh, Block Party.
Hate them.
Just not a real fan of him. No, like I never got... What's that song that's like...
There's a guy.
And like, I think it was like... I was just never into it when I was growing up.
Wait, how does it go?
So underrated. That she shouts something like that.
You mean like it's a... What the?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Never again. Don't need to hear that.
It's got that weird little stop in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that song's shit.
That song's shit. Okay.
Nah, it's all right. I know what you mean, though. I never... Yeah, when people are like,
Never.
Block Party, I'd come and do Silent Alarm, start to finish. And I'm like, stank.
No, thank you. Not for me. Dude, I just never got into it. Like, I can understand, that it's pretty good. But like... But that's like people, like the nostalgia.
But they're not the worst band, though.
No, they're definitely not. They're probably really nice guys as well.
Oh, who cares about the nice guys? We're not. That's not.
That's
what we're
true.
here for,
Okay,
mate.
the worst band. I don't know.
Or the worst song.
Oh, the worst song.
Sweet Child of Mine's getting pretty bad.
Oh yeah.
For me, that's getting worse.
Oh no! Wait, this is going to be controversial.
Good.
Is it Love Will Never Tear Us Apart? By
NXS had enough.
Had enough of the specials, enough of the features. Like,
yep.
I can't.
So you can't listen to Gold 104 then, because they just play NXS over and over.
There's always
and over.
a special, isn't there? There's always like an internet. Yeah, they just like I just hear it all the time, and like maybe that's disrespectful, but like I can't hear that song anymore. Like I don't give a fuck about it.
No, that's the question.
Okay,
what
good.
song do you never need to hear ever again?
That song,
Never Tear Us Apart.
Yeah.
Done.
Yeah, done.
At least 10 years off anyway. Nah, you're done.
Done.
If you never heard it ever again in your life,
It'd be fine.
Well, that's, for me, totally. If I never heard Living on a Prayer ever again,
Okay, yeah.
or Eye of the Tiger, I think my life would probably be better.
I dare say it would be, yeah. If it can get any better than this.
But that one, in excess, I know what you mean. They're Australia's U2, eh?
That's it, yeah.
And they're kind of making them more iconic as the years go by. It's like you just keep talking about them, keep playing them, and it's funny how you can do that. You can just make a band bigger. Usually it takes someone dying.
Yeah.
And then you just keep talking about how great they are all the time to everyone, and then eventually everyone just starts to buy it. A little bit. I'm trying to think of some other people where that's happened. Maybe they didn't have to die, but everyone just keeps talking about how great they are.
Yeah.
Until eventually you believe it. I got a few in my mind.
Who you got?
Oh, I don't know, but I don't.
Yep.
They're not really worth. I mean, I never liked Bob Dylan.
Mm-hmm.
I prefer give me Jacob Dylan, One Headlight by the Wallflowers, basically over any Bob Dylan song.
Yeah. Okay.
Controversial, sure. But when me and Cinderella put it all together, when I'm at the supermarket, at the Coles, in the express lane, and that comes on, ripper.
Yeah.
And then when he's like, oh, dude, shut up. And the harmonica, fucking cut the high end out of the fucking master, will you? It's horrible.
Oh, marvelous. Agree.
Yes, there's a few.
Yeah.
And I think just that musical reverence, you start to get
it's shoved down your throat pretty
hard.
hard.
Yeah, and you start getting sick of it.
Yeah.
You just sometimes have to ask the question, nah, that band sucks. Like the Rolling Stones, terrible. I'm sorry. They're shit, and I just don't care. No matter how much people talk about it, I'm like, but come on, let's be honest.
It's the way that your parents and stuff talk about it, and then you think would I have got along with my parents if we were the same age, and would we have spoken about music in the same way, or are they like that hack?
Completely. My dad, definitely.
Yeah.
My mum had some cool taste, but my dad, his favorite two bands are the Rolling Stones and U2. So and there's even a few times we've gotten arguments about it at dinner or something, because I'll just always pick on Mick Jagger any chance, because I'm just like, fuck that guy. Yeah. He's a slippery little rape weasel, and I've just... But I've just had a crack at him. My dad's like, oh, you don't even know he's got more talent. And I'm like, he doesn't. He doesn't. He can wiggle his ass better than me, but I waste him at guitar.
And
singing in tune.
Yeah, true. You do shred.
But I guess, he did his thing.
Yeah.
Good on him, but not for me.
No, probably. I'm not as hard with the Stones as Block Party for me.
Yeah, right.
But they got a couple of tunes that I'm like, okay.
The Stones. Yeah, you've been a band for 50 years. You should have 5 good songs. One every 10 years. If you do anything for 50 years, you'd like to think.
True. So I'm still waiting for that first song, I guess, because I haven't been in the industry for 10 years.
What do you think? Musicians, artists, saving the world, changing the planet, making a difference? Or are we just a bunch of assholes suffered for our art, and now it's the public's turn to suffer?
I'm a big fan of vengeance. No, what do you mean? Do you mean like...
Should you be feeding the homeless instead of making beats?
Yeah. Wow. I mean, yeah, the answer is yes. I think like...
Do you think so?
Probably, yeah. Although I've never got the
homeless need
guilt.
beats too, though, right?
They do need beats. I've never kind of got the guilt about what I'd try and call a profession, because I'm not like, I don't know. I don't think I'm that successful. Like, I'm not like, you know how some people get like when they get cast into the stratosphere or whatever, and they're like, you know, I'm so undeserving of this, blah blah blah. Like, I still feel like I'm toiling a fair bit, trying to make a few things work. So, kind of like, and it's not. So I don't know. I never get the guilt about what I do, but I should definitely be feeding the homeless. Yeah, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know. I think I agree with you. Probably should be doing that more too as well. But then I guess people argue, you know, if you've got a talent at something, then you probably the best way for you to serve yourself or your life or whatever is to sort of do the thing that you're passionate and that you're good at.
Yeah, there's just a whole heap of hypocrites though, like that you see around, like not just musicians, but like people who cast themselves as like, you know, like world savers or whatever, and they're just going out on the weekend and, you know, getting as messed up as you are, and they're preaching something different Monday to Friday maybe. Yeah. So like, I don't know, each to their own, I suppose. Like I don't really care, but I should be feeding the homeless, but I can't even feed myself at the moment.
No, the good thing is when you turn up to feed the homeless, you have one of the meals for yourself. I've had heaps of them. They're yum. And people are like, Josh, you're not supposed to eat. I'm like, oh, fuck, of course I'm eating it. I'm hungry.
I confuse you for a homeless person, though, surely.
Yeah, before I shave. Yeah, definitely. No, I guess it's just the importance of what you think the importance of music is in society or in the world. What does it do? Like, growing up, you would have been sad if you didn't have it. You'd have to play more cricket, probably. Yep. I don't know. Another guy I spoke to about it, he said it's like, yeah, but music's cool, but it's like cocaine. It only lasts for a short amount of time and then it's gone. Like, the high from it is very...
Oh, yeah. Fleeting. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I just get kind of different highs, I suppose, off it than I did when I first started. Obviously, learning scar tissue was like the cocaine, and now the cocaine is like being in there, like working in Telenova or working on a new track with a new artist or something like that. So, but yeah, is it that necessary to the betterment of the world? No, certainly not my output.
The very best of Slum Sociable.
Yeah. No, that's Miller as well. So you know that's important. But yeah,
that's pretty.
Oh, beautiful.
I think we're good. Thanks, Steve.
No worries.
Take another pinger, put it up your stinger, let the phone ringer, a ding-a-ling-a-linger. Cooking up a turkey, it's some chicken jerky, whooped out turkey, coffee getting murky. Ding-dong, diggity-dong, ding-dinger, ding-a-long, ding-a-dong, give it away now. Ding-dong, ding-a-dong, ding-ding-a-dong, ding-dong, dong-a-day-dong. Hey, oh, California lady, hey, oh, California, blood sugar baby, hey, oh, California lady, hey, oh, California, blood sugar baby. Funky, skunky babies looking frumpy, Humpty Dumpty, thighs are getting chunky. When I was a monkey, fucked a monkey junkie, honky tonky, sitting on a donkey. Ding dong, dingly dong, scar tissue, ding dang dong, suck my kiss. Long ding dong, ding dong down. All the Alabama babies singing now, sing, hey, oh, California lady, hey, oh, California, blood sugar baby, hey, oh, California lady, hey, oh, you never meant to. Walk into the bedroom where your mama fucked your papa.
I couldn't help myself but put that song in there again. The Chili Peps. Gotta be... I don't even know what I think about them anymore. I obviously like them, don't I? That's what I've come to. To be able to spend that much time trying to take the piss out of them and to know them well enough to be able to mimic it in that stupid a way. I must be a big fan. Anyway, thanks, Eddie. Edward Quinn. I really enjoy hanging out with that guy a lot. It's been a pleasure getting to know him and work with him over the last year. If you haven't, check out the latest Slum Sociable EP, LIF, or Life is Free as it's also known. My fave songs off that is the first track, 6545, and of course the title track, Life is Free. I'll put a few links in the podcast description to those. Also chucked a link to an Opeth song, because I don't think either of us really knew what they sounded like. Definitely don't think it's the real shit. But maybe it is just real shit. You be the judge. Hey, enough ragging on people. Also, keep an eye out on our new project, Telenova, with Angeline Armstrong, the three of us. If you follow either of us on Instagram, Slum Sociable or Joshua Moriarty, we'll be posting about it here or there. But you can also give the project a follow. It's under Telenova Music, and that's Tele spelled like Telecaster for the Fender buffs out there. We'll have our first single out soon enough, I guess. And there's also more Slum Sociable just around the corner, so get involved. All right, brilliant. That does it for today. Thanks so much for tuning in. I'm trying to figure out ways to get more pods happening during this isolation, so let's see how it pans out. But until next time, stay safe and all the rest of it. Wash your hands and give a stranger a roll of toilet paper. If that's even still a thing, I think I'm a little bit behind and it's probably over anyway. All right, see you. Thank you. Bye-bye.